coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. Boom, 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 boom. I appreciate the support. Why ain't nobody tell Jake Paul, man, to duck that hook, man? Should have been watching TBP. Man, I appreciate y'all out there, man. I appreciate everybody who rocking with me, man. 33 years of prison stories. We rolling. We trying to change some mindsets out there. We trying to save some people, man, some young kings and queens. So let's keep it pushing. Today, man, I'm getting ready to go work out. So y'all see, I'm dressed for to go work out. But I wanted to drop this on y'all before I got started today. Something just made me think about this. I'm gonna try this on y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. As always, if you like this, I give you more of it. But what I want to do is I want to debunk. Somebody brought this up in my comments, so you know who you are. So shout out to you. I told you I read them comments, man. Y'all talk to me, man. I talk back. But I wanted to debunk some prison myths, man. Somebody brought that up, and I thought that was a great idea. So I'm going to try it. And first, I'm going to start off with 3, you know. And if y'all want some more, I know by the comments, and y'all let me know. But I want to talk about these 3 prison myths that I know a lot of people heard all these things about prison, you know. But mostly what y'all get from prison to be TV series or movies or things like that. You know, I guess now in this new, age, social media, you get documentaries or whatnot. But a lot of things you heard about prison, it got some truth to it. You know what I'm saying? Now, it may not be all true, but it has truth to it. And a lot of it just be fictitious stuff, just blowed up, or cliches that's been passed down for year after year, century after century. But I want to talk about 3 of them today, man. I want to talk about 3 of them and give y'all my take on it, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying, of 33 years of experience. But first one I want to talk about is, accepting things from people, in prison, when you just getting in. I know y'all always heard the story about, when you get in there, if you got a candy bar or some candy or tater chips or, honey buns or whatever left on your bunk, then that means that, somebody trying to do something to you. You know what I'm saying? So that right there is probably was some old penitentiary stuff, even way before I got in penitentiary. They actually even show videos about that in prison and telling inmates this new and stuff and orientation about this and using that as an example. If somebody leaves something on your bunk and you go in there, that usually means they're going to try you, don't accept it, woo, 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 blah, blah, blah. It's kind of, I never seen it happen, you know what I'm saying? But I have heard it talked about a lot in prison. But I will tell you this about accepting something or anything from somebody in prison. Don't do it. Don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Normally, if somebody's offering you something when you first get in there or whatever, you don't know, and it could be somebody that you knew, from your neighborhood, but they've been in prison a while, or somebody that is just from your neighborhood and you just know they from your neighborhood, or they say they know somebody that you know, and they all of that. Now, the bottom line is, prison is a place where everybody needs something, everybody's angling for something, everybody's trying to get something, because we deprived, period, from everything in prison. That's part of prison, deprivation, if that's a word, you're deprived. So why would anybody just offer to give you something when they probably need something themselves? So usually there's an ulterior motive behind that. You don't know what it may be. It could be this, that, or the third. But my advice is don't take nothing from nobody in prison, because first and foremost, it ain't nobody got nothing to give away. So if they're giving you something, that means they probably want something. But then you don't know what it is that they want. And then it'll turn around and be thrown back on you, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, man, I gave you, I did this, or, I did that for you, and you don't even want to go through that, because that's only going to lead to a whole bunch of more larceny and flammery, down the line. So Yeah, that taking some or accepting something from somebody in prison, man, is definitely an X, man. That's a no-no. That's a no-no. Should never do it. You know what I'm saying? Only way that I would even consider that, or I would tell somebody that's new in prison, if they say they're gonna accept something, if it's somebody that you actually really, really know, it's somebody in your family, or it's a family member, or somebody that you really knew or you grew up with or whatever. And then, still, like I say, you in a different environment, you in a different world, it's different rules, and it's just different, you know what I'm saying? Period. I don't do it. I ain't never accept nothing from nobody, and I really had a real type of attitude towards if you try to offer me something. Because my mentality always is like, no, I don't need nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I give it out like that, like letting whoever it is know that, whatever it is you think you got on your mind, you better put something else on your mind. So I be like, nah, I don't need nothing. Man, you all right? You need some your young blood? Nah, I don't need nothing. Nothing. Zero. Yeah, I'm good. I'm super good. That would be, my advice about how to handle those type of situations, man. And yeah, because ain't nobody got nothing to give away in prison, man. It ain't nobody, even the dudes that seemingly look like they doing good, they ain't really got nothing to give away in prison. And because, no matter what it look like in prison, you ain't doing good. You don't even have your freedom. So how could you be doing good? You know what I'm saying? It's a thing they say penitentiary good, penitentiary rich, but what is that? Who wants that? Who wants to be that? You know what I'm saying? You want to be free. You want to be out in the real world. You don't want to be nothing that has penitentiary attached to his name. Penitentiary rich, penitentiary famous, penitentiary, certified. You don't want to be nothing that got penitentiary attached to it. What type of aspirations is that? So now I would say that myth right there is true, man. Don't accept nothing from nobody in prison because it most definitely will lead to something else. Absolutely. So that would be number one. Number two would be the all famous that everybody heard of, everybody and their mama heard about this prison slogan right here. Don't drop the soap. Don't drop the soap. You know what I'm saying? If you know anything about prison, you probably heard this 1,000 times. And, far as, that myth right there is, I think, is a little overrated because of, the meaning behind it. And it's some truth to it about don't drop the soap, but not so much as to what people will, attach to that slogan or that statement or that cliche. And what I mean by that is you actually don't want to drop the soap in prison because you in a prison shower. And if you've been in prison, everybody who's been in prison know what goes on in a prison shower. So anything that touch that floor in a prison shower, man, is dead. It's gone. So that's that in that aspect, yeah, don't drop the soap because you got to go get you another bar of soap. Because even though it's soap, you don't even want to pick that up and try to even use that, man. People get in the shower in prison with shower shoes on for a reason. Don't nobody want to touch that floor. You don't want to touch the walls. It's just the prison showers is got to be one of the most man, it got to be one of the most contaminated places on the planet, man. You know what I'm saying? It got to be one of the contaminated places on the planet. It's probably 10 million, 50 million, 100 million babies up in there. You know what I'm saying? It's been aborted. No pun intended. It's just nasty in there, man. It's nasty in there, but it's the only way you can, eat. Look, that's a oxymoron in itself. It's nasty in there, but it's really the only place that you can get clean. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to sell it and you can bury it bad, but that's kind of disrespectful and it's kind of like interfering with the dynamics in the cell. You only supposed to really do that when it's like lockdown or there's no other choice or whatever, because you're sharing space with another human being. But it's the only place you got to get clean, and it's the nastiest place on the compound. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you don't want to drop the soap because you can't pick it up. Now, because the myth, the way that they got it, don't drop the soap, or you'll turn into this, or this gonna happen, or that's gonna happen. That's kind of like unlikely because whatever, if somebody coming at you like that, it ain't gonna have nothing to do with the soap. It ain't gonna have nothing to do with, you know what I'm saying, you dropping no soap. They just gonna be coming at you like that and you just gonna have to deal with that. But it ain't gonna be nothing about no soap, man, because that's just a myth. That's just the way they say it. You know, I guess they meaning it is in, you know, boom, you know, you don't want to drop no soap. You don't want to be exposed or vulnerable like that, naked in prison. Woo woo. That part is true, but I ain't never heard nobody in the history of me being in prison say, "Oh, he dropped the soap and then he was end up, being taken advantage of." I ain't never heard of that. You know what I'm saying? I think that's more, talk than it is anything else. You know what I'm saying? But them showers in prison, man, is man, they are awesomely filthy. The smell is whew, in your mind there, that's like when you done been through this stuff so long and you done been in these places so many times, it's like it's in your brain, and even the smell or even the thought of the smell, if you think back to it, you can smell it, you can feel it, you can it's in you, it's in you, because I've been in many of them. I had no choice, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, and they clean the showers every day and they still be dirty. You know what I'm saying? They clean showers in prison every day and they still be dirty because you hire somebody to do that. It's an inmate that does that, and it ain't like nobody is in there taking pride in their job. It ain't like nobody's in there taking pride in their job. They do it for a state job to get that little measly state money. And then you have dudes that joke on them, so that makes them take even less pride in what they doing. Dudes be like, "Oh man, get on in there and clean the shower, man. Get on in there and get them babies up, man. Yeah, get on in there, man." Dudes, they take offense to that. But like I said, back to myth number one. Everybody in prison needs something. So these dudes need that money. That's why they take that job, because they need that little measly money. And then you're talking about $28 a month. Yeah, $28 a month. You see what I'm saying? That's less than $1 a day. So that's $28 a month for cleaning up showers and stuff, that you have to, put that work in to get. And they got to do that just because they need it. No one is doing that because they want to do it. They doing it because they have to do it. So when somebody's coming to offer you something, try to give you something, it's cap. You know what I'm saying? It's a motive behind it. Because everybody in prison needs something. There's no one in there that would be cleaning those showers if they ain't had to do it. There's no one in there that would be mopping no floors if they ain't had to do it. There's no one in there be buffing no floors if they ain't had to do it. These dudes don't have no support coming from the outside. These dudes don't have no hustle, or they're too afraid to get into the hustle game because there's violence that come with that hustle game. So, they don't have these things. So this is why they do these things. And then you got the Hoppin' Bobs and the Jeffro Bodines and the Chicken Georges, that will... I don't even want to say Chicken George. See, that's another myth. Everybody say Chicken George as if Chicken George was a chicken. Chicken George was a gangster if you go back and watch Roots. But, you have those type of dudes that's going to do it just because they trying to please the people. They trying to, in some way, shape and form of their mind, they think if they do all of this, do all that around the penitentiary, that these people going to show them some type of favor, or they going to look at them a little different. Nah, they not. They going to give you the same treatment that they get the next man. So you just, really cutting your own throat because you are alienating yourself away from the rest of the population by them labeling you as a Hoppin' Bob type dude, and then these people don't care nothing about you anyway. So you just really making the situation even worse on yourself and putting yourself in a more dire situation, not even realizing it, because that's the way their brain operate. Oh, I do this. Oh, I be telling, and now the police gonna protect me, or I'm all right. Man, wrong. Yeah, that's wrong too. Don't believe that. You know what I'm saying? You're putting yourself actually in more danger. But yeah, that dropping the soap, man, I would have to X that and say, that myth is not true, man. It's true, but not for the reasons that most of the masses of people think that it's true. Let me see. What else? Third one for the day. 3 of them. I said 3. Okay, let's go with this one, because this one right here, I know they have put this in movies 1,000 times. They have said this 1,000 times. They put it in TV shows. And it is, when you first get to prison, Find the biggest dude that you can find and take off on him. Well, I can assure you right now, that myth right there is definitely a X. Because if you do that, as soon as you get into prison, then you might not even have to worry about finishing your sentence. Yeah, you might not even finish. You might in there you have to worry about doing the rest of your time because you might lose your life, man. And you could go in the penitentiary and you could be, thorough. You could be a thorough dude coming in the penitentiary. That is, because if you thorough out on the street and you carry it a certain way, if this is really who you are, this is really your persona, how you get down, then that's transferable in the prison. But you're gonna have to have a whole different skill set in prison. Ain't no guns in prison. I done told y'all that a million times. If you ain't good with these, if you ain't good with this, and if you ain't got that, you're not gonna make it anyway. But if you good with these, and you got that, and you got this, man, you can survive anywhere on the planet. But coming into prison and not knowing nobody, and not knowing the lay of the land, not knowing the dynamics, not knowing how people get in and they're listening to the myths from the street and never been in prison, and you come straight in there and you go straight at the biggest dude in there just picking them out just because and try something like that, man, you might die. you might die. You know what I'm saying? It just say you prevail in the fight. You just boom, he could come back with that Bethlehem. You don't know nothing about that Bethlehem game in there. You don't know nothing about who he associated with. You don't know who his friends is. You don't know what type of people they got that's going to back his hand. You don't know if somebody else going to put that Bethlehem in you because you coming in there on that flammery. You don't know none of that. So you can't never go into a foreign land and then just try to automatically put down your thing in a foreign land. It's just like on the street and you selling drugs on the corner or something, and then you go to a whole nother neighborhood and just go right on the corner and think you just gonna open up shop. Nah, it ain't gonna work like that. Different place, different rules. You understand? You have to go into prison and more or less stay ready so you don't have to get ready. You have to be ready for whatever comes to you, and whenever something comes to you, you got to be willing to demonstrate on cue. Boom, without hesitation. That is how you handle your business going into prison. That is how you get respect in prison. That is how you establish your name, your brand, and your reputation in prison. Handling the business when it comes to you. Don't start nothing, but be prepared for anything. But just to go in there and just to take off on somebody just because you heard this is how you do it in prison. Or go to your cell partner, and as soon as you get in the cell, you put your stuff down and bam, 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 take off on your cell partner like you trying to, prove a point. Man, dude might have been in that cell and waiting for a new person to come in there because he don't know you or he don't know who coming in there, just like you don't know what cell you coming into. But he could be a veteran. He could be a veteran in prison and be prepared for new sellers to come in there with their foolishness. Like the one that came in my cell and popped off, boom, boom. He won't do that no more. Yeah, big mistake. But he could be a veteran that got that Bethlehem in there waiting because he don't know. He could have an enemy coming in there if he been doing time. He could have, all of these things are possible. So dudes is prepared, more or less, and ready for those type of situations. Even after a situation with me getting the rumbling with the seller came in there with that, I was never unprepared when a new seller came in there. You learn as you go. So these dudes is veterans or something. You go in the cell with a veteran and you put your stuff there and swing on them, you might find yourself in a situation where you up under that Bethlehem and you ain't never had to fight up under that Bethlehem. You might have fought dudes all your life, straight up, but you ain't never had to fight that knife off. You ain't never had to fight nobody. Just come, yeah. What you gonna do? And you trapped in a cell. You trapped in a cell. That's asinine. You can die like that. You know what I'm saying? Taking off on the biggest dude in the pod just because you could. And I was into some of that foolishness. I had got the rumbling on a new camp one time with that philosophy. You know what I'm saying? Thank God that, I more or less talked, but I didn't go straight up, but I targeted him. I told y'all about that story because I wanted to set a point and all that. But this is after I've been in penitentiary for a couple of years. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it was asinine and it could have cost me. You know what I'm saying? But to just go straight in there with that, I'm going to take off on somebody just because they the biggest. Man, the biggest person in there may be the humblest person in there. Or the biggest person in there may be the most dangerous person in there. You don't know who he is or what he is, but what you do know is he didn't push nothing at you as of yet. He didn't cause you nothing, and you don't never gotta look for problems in prison. Never gotta look for problems in prison. Cause guess what? It's gonna knock on your door. Sooner or later, trouble is gonna knock on your door in prison. Just as sure as grits is groceries, man. So when you go in there with the frame of mind, when you go in there with the frame of mind that you're looking for trouble just to set an example, you're looking for trouble just because that's what you heard, you're looking for trouble because people tell you the myth is find the biggest, toughest, most dangerous dude in there and let's knock him out. Yeah, you ain't gonna make it. You ain't gonna make it because you got certain dudes in prison, period. If you put your hands on, you got to kill them. You know what I'm saying? You got to kill them or you got to vacate the premises so you don't get killed. So it's just like that. You know what I'm saying? This is a whole different world in here. And a lot of people on the street and a lot of people coming out, they spread a lot of myths and a lot of, falsehoods, man. And I told y'all a long time ago, and I'll continue to tell you, misinformed people. But them people with that misinformation is the ones that's most in danger, man, because they use that information as facts and then find out later that it's false. It could be too late, to rectify that. You know what I'm saying? It could be entirely too late to rectify that. So yeah, I would definitely not advise that. I would definitely give that myth. That's a no. You know what I'm saying? Do not do that. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, the problems are going to find you. You're going to have enough things in prison to deal with. You're going to have enough drama that you're going to go through, enough, violence, enough heartache, enough pain, enough misery, enough mischief, enough flimflammery, skullduggery, larceny, tomfoolery. All of that you're going to go through in prison. All of that is assured. I can guarantee you that. The longer you stay there, the more that you're going to have to endure. The longer you stay, the more you would have to endure, and it just don't ease up, man. It's just it's a non-stop cycle. So you ain't never got to go in prison looking for no trouble, especially just to make a point. And I guarantee you, whoever ever said that or whoever ever started that ain't even never been to prison. That's their philosophy. And if they were in that position, they wouldn't do that themselves. Nobody walks into a foreign land, man, a foreign place and just try to automatically take over, man. That's asinine. You know what I'm saying? That's asinine. I don't care who you are. It's asinine. So yeah, I definitely wouldn't do that, man. I wouldn't even attempt to do that. Or I definitely would not try to advise nobody to try nothing like that, man, because that's just crazy. But yeah, I just wanted to debunk some of these myths, man, and hopefully this was informative. Hopefully y'all got something out of this. Any questions, man, talk to me in the comments. I talk back. Let me know. I will address them, man. I will be reading the comments. Let me know if y'all like these type of videos. Give me some suggestions of what things y'all might want to know about prison, and I will definitely take it in consideration if I run across it in my comments, man, because like I say, man, this platform is to educate, to motivate, to inspire, and to keep people from even ever having to be in these positions, but then also to inform people who have family members in this position who they can know what they're going through, or they can know how to advise them, or they got somebody that's getting ready to go in and you can advise them, some truth, But the main thing we want to do is we want to just stop these young kings and queens from going in there, man. Stop them from submitting their life to this foolishness right here, man, because it's not a good life, man. Not a good life at all, So anyway, man, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. As always, I value y'all opinion, man. Y'all talk to me, I talk back. In the meantime, in between time, man, y'all be safe, be smart, make good decisions. Go get your workout in today like I'm getting ready to go do. Your health is your wealth. I don't care how much money you got in the bank, man. If you ain't healthy, you is not wealthy. So take care of your health, man, in 2023. Let's get it. Come over there on Banky Pound Prison Fitness, man, and join me, man, as I get back in the swing and getting back in shape, man. So, we can do it together. And y'all go check me out on Living Life Of a Life podcast, man. And Pure Deliciousness, man. I'm waiting on y'all. I got some more whipping this you know. But I appreciate you all. I love y'all out there. TBP, man. Thanks for supporting me. 2023, man. We got a lot more things coming. Book is still on the way. Merch is on the way. Merch is online. Y'all talk to me. I talk back. Be safe. Be smart. Make good decisions. Boom, 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 boom. Duck them hooks, man. They out there. Mop.
The banking special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man.
My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know. And I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.